The big debate of the hour, it is about Rahul Gandhi. The Congress leader has quoted a controversy yet again, but this time around, he has compared the arrest of Hemant Soren, the former chief minister of Jharkhand and part of the India alliance, to the release that has now been given as part of the bail by the Supreme Court. Rahul Gandhi, in fact, went about demanding and asking the Supreme Court indirectly that why was Hemant Soren not given bail. He said that Hemant Soren was perhaps not given bail because he was quote-unquote a tribal, and Arvind Kejriwal was given that bail because he was not belonging to the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe category. Now this raises a number of questions. Number one, is Rahul Gandhi insinuating that the Supreme Court is casteist, that it discriminates against the Dalits, the scheduled castes and the scheduled tribes and the OBCs of the country? And number two, does Rahul Gandhi has a grouse with Arvind Kejriwal getting bail since he is showcasing his sympathies with Hemant Soren, the former chief minister of Jharkhand? Let's start this conversation and let's try to get a clarification from the Congress and try to understand this confusion that Rahul Gandhi has now created after having made such a statement. In fact, let's listen into what Rahul Gandhi had said for Arvind Kejriwal just a few days ago, when he said that I'm going to vote for Aam Aadmi Party and Arvind Kejriwal when I cast vote on 25th of May. And in fact, Arvind Kejriwal will be voting for a Congress candidate when he casts his vote during the Delhi election. And then later on, just 24 hours ago, he attacks Arvind Kejriwal, saying that Arvind Kejriwal was only released because he belongs to general category. So listen in.
कन्हैया जी ने मुझे कहा कि अजीब सी बात है, केजरीवाल जी कांग्रेस पार्टी का बटन दबाएंगे और मैं आम आदमी पार्टी का बटन दबाऊंगा। तो एक प्रकार से हमारे कार्यकर्ता इस चुनाव में मिले हैं, क्योंकि हमारा लक्ष्य, सबका लक्ष्य इस संविधान को बचाने का है।
दो चीफ मिनिस्टर है, मतलब दो स्टेट्स ने लोगों को इलेक्ट किया है, और आदिवासी चीफ मिनिस्टर पहले जेल गया और आज तक नहीं निकला, और नेशनल मीडिया उसको भूल गए। नेशनल मीडिया सोरेन जी के बारे में बात ही नहीं करती।
All right, let's get straight to the point and get the Congress spokesperson Shilpi Neha Tirke. Shilpi, could you please explain your leader's statement? Is he, there is now, I want to understand, just give us a clarification. What exactly is Rahul Gandhi trying to say? Is he saying that the Supreme Court is casteist and discriminates against scheduled caste, scheduled tribe? Because it was the Supreme Court that rejected his bail, saying that there is ample evidence to the fact that there was corruption that happened under his jurisdiction, under his rule in Jharkhand. And if that's not the case, is Rahul Gandhi now implying that he is vehemently opposed and perhaps even unhappy that it was Arvind Kejriwal who was given bail and Jharkhand former chief minister Hemant Soren was not?
I think by giving all honor to the majesty of court and the judiciary system of India, we need to first understand what the tribal society is about. Because I think there's a very less understanding of tribal and tribalism in India and amongst the mainstream media. Tribals have always had their own judiciary system. We call it Padha Vyavastha also, where we used to go for our conflict resolution, etc. After the entire judiciary system came into effect, I think tribals have been the last people to establish their confidence and belief in this whole judiciary system. And you can blame it in the past, or you can blame it in the injustice that they have gone through, etc. But the question here is, after the whole confidence that has been established by the tribals in the judiciary system, today, when they see the judiciary system denying bail to one CM, a tribal CM, and probably giving bail to interim bail to Arvind Kejriwal ji, definitely, with all due respect to the judiciary system, I myself being a tribal, that question does arise in my mind, that why something like this? Why couldn't, because both of them were arrested under Section 19 of the PMLA Act. Why couldn't both be granted interim bail? I think that question arises in my mind as well as in the mind of the tribals, and especially the tribals of Jharkhand.
So is this the official stand of the Congress, that the Congress right now is questioning the ability of the Supreme Court to make the right decision? Not only are you questioning the decision-making capability of the Supreme Court, you right now are accusing the Supreme Court, the CJI and the other Supreme Court judges of casteism. Is this what you are saying? Ma'am, speak carefully.
No.
Speak carefully, because this is what at this point in time you are implying.
Those are your, no. See,
those are not my words. You said the tribals are still suspecting of the Supreme Court's judicial duties that it performs.
If you are only to speak and if I am not able to speak here, at least you have called me as a guest. Can I speak? Can you let me speak? Do not imply. My words are very clear. And let me repeat one more time, that it has been a very difficult process for tribals to establish their belief in the judiciary system, because they've always had their own Padha Vyavastha to resolve conflicts. And today, that is the reason they have built confidence in the judiciary system slowly, and now that is the reason why there are cases, the increased number of cases that are in Supreme Court regarding tribals, because tribals are actually accessing the courts now, Supreme Court, be it High Court or lower court. But when something like this happens, there is a question that comes in everyone's mind. And I think every Indian is free to have a question in their mind, that why, because it's not about casteism, it's about facts. Facts here that comes, Section 19, both the CMs are arrested in Section 19. And why is that CM Hemant Soren does not get granted bail?
Yes, you've made your point, but I'm asking you, you are a Congress spokesperson, aren't you? I've given you time, ma'am. You spoke your mind. Now I'm asking you, as a Congress spokesperson, are you a Congress spokesperson?
I am, of course. That's why I'm here with you.
So if you are a Congress spokesperson and you're towing the party line, are you telling me that the Congress is attacking the Supreme Court? Are you calling Supreme Court casteist? Are you questioning and suspecting Supreme Court's? Are you suspecting Supreme Court's judicial duties, that it is not able to perform its judicial duties? It is not able to take the right decisions when it comes to the tribals, when it comes to the scheduled caste, scheduled tribes in our country?
No. These are your words.
Then what are you saying? I don't understand what you're saying.
Do you want me to repeat once again what did I just say?
Okay, let me get my other panelists, because perhaps maybe I am not able to understand it. Maybe other panelists will be able to better make me understand what she's saying. Dr. Vinita Hariharan, BJP spokesperson, let's understand from you, how does the country react, and particularly what is the BJP stance over here when Rahul Gandhi makes such a statement? In the past, he has made a statement about how if the Dalits were allowed to make question papers, set the examination for the IITs and the AIIMS, the general class categories will not be able to pass the examinations. Now he makes statements about how Hemant Soren is a tribal and therefore he is not being given bail by the Supreme Court. And I would like to also put into perspective, in the past years, under the Manmohan Singh government and under the Indira government and under the Nehru government, and let's start from Manmohan government, there used to be 50% reservation for scheduled caste, scheduled tribe and the OBC in Jamia Millia Islamia University. That scheduled caste, scheduled tribe and OBCs have been completely removed and have been replaced by the Muslim minorities, who now get all the 50% of the reservation quota that at one point of time used to be for the scheduled caste, scheduled tribes and the OBC. I wonder what Shilpi will have to say about this. I'll come back to you, but Dr. Vinita Hariharan, I want a response from you. What do you infer from Rahul Gandhi's statement? Okay, I don't have Vinita. We'll get back to Vinita. I am being joined by Sumitra Goenka. Sumitra, would you like to respond?
Yeah, Megha, good evening. So, Megha, I think when the campaign started this time for the elections, I think the main thing which Rahul Gandhi was emphasizing on was Jitni Abadi Utna Haq. This is a very, very dangerous statement which he tried to, target the OBCs and the SCs and the other minority communities which he assumed would get into this narrative building and create an unrest among the people. So Rahul Gandhi, whenever he is speaking in any forum, he is becoming an embarrassment. Be it the comment on the Shakti, what he spoke about the Sengol, or the disrespecting of women when he talked about Aishwarya Rai in a very bad way. So it always, kind of is giving conflicting kind of opinion about what he wants to say, because there is a lot of confusion. Once he is saying that, they are tying up with Mr. Kejriwal. On the other hand, he is himself saying that Kejriwal is probably getting a preferential treatment from the Supreme Court because he belongs to the higher caste, and Mr. Soren is not getting the same privilege. So what is he trying to imply? Is he again trying to say, because I'm not sure, even the Congress spokesperson who came here was very confused about what opinion. She talked about the Pada Vyavastha sometimes, but at the same time, does she mean to say that the Supreme Court has been giving judgments not on merits, and it has been giving these judgments on the basis of certain political affiliations or caste or community? Because this is a very serious allegation. Now we have to remember one thing, that Mr. Rahul Gandhi himself is on bail in the National Herald case and probably some other cases as well. He himself was, suspended from the parliament because he made a very bad comment on the Modi community. Very recently, we remember that, and then the courts only have given him the leeway. So this is something which he forgets when he is talking about all these things. I think he is completely disillusioned. He is not able to frame the agenda properly, and probably he is completely confused. Sometimes he targets that the bureaucrats are not from OBC community. Now bureaucracy today, which are sitting in Delhi, they are from a very old cadre, and secondly, bureaucrats are not selected on the basis of community. It's a competitive exam. Similarly, when he says about the students, that is IITs and other things, and he says that, you are being students, you have been targeted when a person from a lower caste is setting the paper. So all these things, I think it doesn't make any sense. Do we know who actually sets the paper?
Okay, all
Do we
right.
really understand
Okay,
the
okay. You've made your you've spoken. You've had your say, ma'am. You've had your say. Syed Asad Abbas, how does the country interpret this? Why such confusing, conflicting statements? Is Rahul Gandhi and Congress pro-Dalit, anti-Dalit? Are they pro-Muslim minority? What exactly is happening over here? What do you infer from what Rahul Gandhi has said? You think this is an irresponsible, ill-thought statement that he has just said, simply because I don't know who has told him to make this statement?
Meghaji, I've always believed with great power there's great responsibility and equal accountability. I feel the respective netas or political leaders of parties should always have a very sound, informed, and measured response, statement, speech, so on and so forth in their political discourse narrative, which needs to come into line. Of course, let's speak as per the Constitution of India. The Constitution of India allows the citizens of this country to dissent with a particular verdict. Of course, there is entailment of freedom of speech, but freedom of speech is not absolute. If Mr. Rahul Gandhi would like to dissent with the verdict, he can do so as per the constitution of law. But if he's dissenting from it, and as a leader, his communication needs to be crystal clear and absolutely watertight and right, so that those people, his audience or the people listening, have a clear-cut narrative. Whether he's speaking for the tribal community or is he against? Is he speaking for Mr. Hemant Soren or against? Or is he for Kejriwal or against? When there is no clear-cut comprehension, when there is no articulation in the right manner, it is bound to raise questions, and you have certainly raised the right question. I truly believe that Rahul Gandhi ji must come forward and make a clear-cut communication that this is what he meant. He has a dissent to with the verdict, so on and so forth. He believes that even Hemant Soren ji of the same measurement must be freed from the jail or given the same interim bail which Arvind Kejriwal ji received. But if you're not that clear with your communication, there is bound to be speculation. There are bound to be questions. So therefore, any
So,
leader,
but then,
as a matter of
yeah.
fact,
So then, Syed, why do such statements keep coming out from Rahul Gandhi and no other leader? Or even if it is Rahul Gandhi and then you see Sam Pitroda and then you say Manishankar Aiyar, why are they repeat offenders?
I'm very glad that you asked this question, Meghaji. As a matter of fact, with Sam Pitroda, I'm very glad. I was also on your channel and I think with Vineet or Rishabh Sahab, where I said that I think this is the right decision that Sam Pitroda is now out of the party. It is absolutely the right thing to do. I think people like Sam Pitroda are doing more damage to the Congress party than any elevation of sorts. Not just him. Even when Manishankar Aiyar made the statement as Neech and Chaiwala, it was absolutely right for the Congress party to immediately suspend him. Because irrespective of the political differences, Adarnya, the late and the great statesman of leader, Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, made a very beautiful statement, which was, हम सब में, राजनेताओं में, मतभेद होना चाहिए, मनभेद नहीं. We could have differences of ideologies, but not differences of the heart. So therefore, we need to, जो एक पद की गरिमा होती है, like Pradhan Mantri, like the Prime Minister, that thing should be given. And this shows the beauty of our democracy, where even a Chaiwala could be the Prime Minister. That is the power of the common man, that anybody from this country can aspire to become a Prime Minister. And I'm glad that Manishankar Aiyar and Sam Pitroda met their fate like they had to. And I believe that Rahul Gandhi has undoubtedly come of age with his Bharat Jodo Yatra, Nyaya Yatra.
So now I don't know, is Mallikarjun Kharge and the other party leaders and as an official statement are going to issue a statement and say that officially the Congress distances itself from this statement which accuses the Supreme Court of being casteist. I wonder when it will happen. I wonder if it will happen, simply because of the fact that he is no Sam Pitroda and he is not Manishankar Aiyar, but he is a Gandhi, he is the Rahul Gandhi, he is the face,
on a lighter note,
face of the Congress who they want to make the Prime Minister someday in the future.
Yes, on a lighter note, as a matter of fact.
Amrit Pal is also fighting election. They have also asked for campaigning bail for them and others. So, there was an error of judgment. We accept the judgment with respect, but we are very clear about this, that there was an error of judgment. You cannot give that leverage to one person and say that the rest of the people who are going to be involved in corruption cases, anti-national cases, are going to be given a bail just for the reason of doing political campaigns. That is a separate issue. But who is saying this is very important. Mr. Rahul Gandhi happens to be the owner of the corporation known as Congress. The Congress is a corporation and a coalition of regional leaders making and forming a party known as INC. It is nothing else. Which has gone forward and questioned the Supreme Court's intent of being racist. You have to understand, it is to the extent, this comment is to the extent that Honorable Supreme Court is a racist organization and an institution. Indirectly, it is also questioning the Constitution of India. And who is questioning? The same family who mistreated Mr. Sitaram Kesari. You should remember what they did with Sitaram Kesari.
But Raman Malik, here we have Shilpi Neha Tirke. She is the Congress spokesperson and she is very openly saying that this is exactly what we are saying. We are saying that the tribals in the country are suspecting of the judicial duties done by the Supreme Court, performed by the Supreme Court. And she is supporting, she is saying that the statement that has been made is actually reflective of how the tribals in the country feel about how the judiciary or the government of India currently functions when it comes to the scheduled caste, scheduled tribes?
It is something very serious. It cannot be taken on, I started off on a lighter note, but you have to understand. Yesterday on a television show, Prime Minister Modi very categorically stated that it is a dangerous thing. And this whole issue of questioning the national character and showing the constitutional bodies under question mark, such as the Election Commission or others, or the CBI or the ED, which have been working very, very hard to end corruption, or the EC doing its job. And today, I was just looking at the numbers in Gurgaon, we have gone to about 30,000. The EC has done the work of going to about 30,000 homes to get the voting done. Now that is a big number. Going to 30,000 locations, setting it up and informing. So the point is that they are the Soros company, the agents of Anti-India Brigade, Break India Brigade, the chamchas of Xi Jinping.
You've made your point. You've made your point, Raman.
Have actually made it a problematic position.
Okay, Shilpi, would you like to respond to what Raman Malik of the BJP has to say?
First, people calling Rahul Gandhi ji and asking to expect less are the supporters of a leader who gets up on the stage and talks about Mangal Sutra during election, talks about Congress taking away your cattle. I mean, before 2014, Congress was there. I mean, none of you are from the rural setup. I myself am from a rural setup here in Jharkhand. None of our cattle were taken. So this is coming from people whose leader has to say, talk about Mangal Sutra and God alone knows cattle and etc., calling Rahul Gandhi ji Murak here. So anyhow, reasoning them, I don't think so would be logical. Malik ji, I did not interrupt. I know your party lacks.
Same logic implies
I know your party lacks any kind of respect.
I'll come to you. I'll come to you, Raman ji. I'll come to you, Raman ji. Let Shilpi make a point. Shilpi, I have 30 seconds. I've already crossed the half an hour mark. But let me hear you out.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, I think here everyone is talking about their implication and their interpretation and all of that. But when you read the court proceedings, when you go to the Supreme Court's proceeding and you hear the 21st and 22nd proceeding, you will understand both the cases, the Arvind Kejriwal's case and Hemant Sorenji's case, both are similar cases.
Okay.
Then why different treatment?
You are at this point of time questioning. Again, I said you are at this point of time questioning. Are you saying the Supreme Court is working at the behest of the BJP, or are you at this point of time saying that the Supreme Court is preferential to Arvind Kejriwal because he is not from a lower caste? Is the Supreme Court favoring Arvind Kejriwal because he is not a scheduled tribe? Is this, ma'am, that's the interpretation that I can get from whatever way you want to twist and turn it from. That's the interpretation one gets. Okay. You know, whichever way you want to put it, it comes out as a bad rap to Congress and Rahul Gandhi for the statement that he has made. It makes no head and tail. I don't know why the statement was uttered. At least I think his research team and his media team should have been more intelligent in feeding what Rahul Gandhi should speak on air, speak on stage, speak to the media. All right, I'm out of time, and I thank all of you for joining me on the telecast, and thanks for watching NewsX.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.